Good morning. Let's imagine for a moment that it's 1970s, late 1970s, somewhere between 1975 and 1979. Let's imagine that we are in college and we have a very rich daddy. And Father, in his infinite wisdom, when we ask him to give us some nice music system to play our records on, bought us a Beogram 4002. Oh, we are so excited. It's beautiful, beautiful machine. We went to Bang & Olufsen store. We brought it home, unpacked it, put it on a table. Remember, we have a very, very long table because Daddy is very, very rich. And now all of a sudden, you know, we can't really listen to it. You can't plug in your headphones into it, nothing. So we need a solution. We need to pair our Beogram 4002 with something. So we are starting to think what it could possibly be. And this is going to be the theme of today's presentation, what and how to pair Beogram 4002 with a proper receiver, proper speakers, and other audio equipment, so it is relevant to the time, 1970s, late 1970s, from 75 to 80, let's say, and it's period correct, it's beautiful, and it matches our Beogram 4002 perfectly. So we are eager to go back to Bang & Olufsen and pick something up. So we jump into our Mercedes convertible. It's kind of small, but we'll pack it in. It's fine. We drive to Bang & Olufsen store, pick up some catalogs, and start looking through catalogs and whatever is on the shelves to see what can we complete our system with. So the first thing, of course, we have to pick is our receiver. So receiver has to match our 4002. And it has to be powerful enough so we are happy with the results. So as we go through the catalogs, look at the what's presented to us in the store, we talk to the salesperson. He tells us that B&O sells something called the Biosystem 4000. So Biosystem 4000 will include a Beogram 4002 or 4004, and then would include also a Beomaster 4000. So we're gonna take a look at that and see if it matches our expectations. We grab the Beomaster 4000, we put it in the car, bring it home, unpack it, put it next to the turntable, we stare at it, and we like what we see. It kind of reminds us of this Darth Vader look, reminds us of Star Wars and futuristic gadgets and slides and the push levers. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. We are excited, we look at it. You know, we are kind of excited. What do you guys think? I think this particular pairing looks absolutely gorgeous when paired with the Beogram 4002. So we read the data on our brand new receiver and we are pretty impressed. We are looking at 2 times 60 watts output with the possibility of ambionic stereo, which means we can hook up 4 speakers to these receivers and that are placed somewhere towards the rear, but not totally in the back, so they are not rear speakers, but they give us this additional info on audio and creates a much bigger sound stage. We are impressed. We are impressed. The frequency response on this one is from 20 kilohertz to 30,000 hertz. So that is pretty good. We have a very good channel separation of more than 45 decibels. we have plus or minus 17 decibels of bass control, 14 decibels of treble control. We have a beautiful power supply that is switchable, and we can put any voltage that we want. Works on 50 or 60 hertz. So when we go to Europe on vacation, we can bring it with us, just switch. Well, we're flying private, so we don't have a problem with the weight of this thing. And also has the preamp built in. So our turntable can be connected directly to it and work as intended. I think this looks absolutely beautiful. But then again, you know, we starting to think that maybe this is not the final solution. We can take a look at the catalog and see if there is anything better, anything that we can throw at this that is more modern than the 3000, that is getting a little old at this time. It was produced maybe a little earlier, 1977. So we're thinking maybe we can score something better. Also, the look, the dark look, is beautiful when everything is closed. But when we open the turntable, it kind of clashes, because now we have all the silver of the turntable with all the black on the receiver. So we pack our receiver back, we jump into our Mercedes, and we drive back to Bang & Olufsen store. After talking with salesman again, he suggests this new receiver that was just brought in. And it's Beomaster 4400. He says, get this one, look at it. It's absolutely futuristic, it's beautiful. It is replacing the Beomaster 3000 and Beomaster 4000. And it has even more power. Now you can tell your friends that your receiver has 2 times 75 watts of power. This is the most powerful Beomaster yet. It exceeds the power of the legendary Beomaster 5000. It now delivers the frequency range of 20 to 35,000 hertz. So it's even a little better than the Beomaster 4000. It's absolutely gorgeous. Again, the power supply is switchable, so you can take it with you to Europe. It weighs 10 kilograms, so that we're talking about additional 22 pounds or so. So it's heavy, but who cares? You have a private jet, no problem. So you bring it home, you put it on the table, your very long table, right next to a Beogram 4002 or maybe 4004. Maybe at the same time you switch to Beogram 4004 because you have some other things in mind. And it looks stunning. You have a different setup in a sense that you still have your futuristic sliders and push levers, but now everything is at a little angle and everything is silver up front. Your wood still matches, but now silver of the front of the receiver matches perfectly your Beogram when it's open. So it looks absolutely stunning. What do you guys think? This is also a pretty good setup, right? I think visually it's gorgeous. I think it can certainly be used to put together the system. And I think it's worth exploring if you want to pair your Beogram 4002 or 4004 or 6000 with the appropriate receiver from the time. Very powerful, very good sound, and very interesting choice. So you're all excited, you listen to your records through your headphones, and it sounds great. Your Beomaster 4400, it operates beautifully, but now you want everybody else to enjoy the sound, plus you don't want to wear the headphones all the time. So you jump into your car, you drive back to pick up your speakers. You look at all of the speakers available, and you finally settle on one model that will become legendary going forward. So after talking with the salesman and looking at all the sales brochures, you pick up a speaker that seems to be a perfect answer to all of your requirements. Beogram S75s. They came out and were designed to work exactly with the Beomaster 4400. They are 75 watts speakers. They are four-way speakers. They are fantastic. They have a sensitivity of 5 watts. They have a 25 centimeter woofer. They connect to the system through a DIN cables. And they look gorgeous. They also have stands. So when you put them in your room, they are the proper height and you can receive the sound much better than if they were just basically placed on the floor. You put them together and the system is starting to look absolutely gorgeous. You are ecstatic about your system. It works great. It's loud, it's beautiful. The sound quality is fantastic. Your speakers deliver. Your receiver exceeds your expectations. But there's one thing that bothers you. Every time the music is not loud enough or too loud, you have to get up, walk over, and make the music lower. If you want to change the tone of the music, you have to get up, walk over to a receiver and change it. If you want to switch the record, you have to walk over and change your record. If you want to put a new record on and you want to start it when your girl walks into the room, you have to get up, walk over and do it manually. And you know that remote controls already exist, they were wired. But now you're hearing that Bang & Olufsen has a new system that will allow you a wireless control of your music system. So without thinking, you pack your Beomaster 4400 and your Beogram 4002, you put it in the car and you drive it to a Bang & Olufsen store to see what you can exchange this with. You bring your new system home. First of all, you have to tell your father to buy a longer table because your table is no longer big enough to accommodate all of your purchases. But once he does that, you are able to put this together and you have now two speakers, S75s, Beovax S75. You have your brand new Beogram 4004 that has a DIN plug with 7 pins that connects to a Beomaster 2400, which was designed now to work with the ultrasonic remote control. And since you spent all that money, you decided that you listen to tapes in your car, and sometimes you would like to listen to them also at home. So you bought yourself a Beocord 2400 from Bang & Olufsen because what the hell, you got the money, or your daddy has the money. So now all together, you created a system that's not only absolutely gorgeous, extremely long, extremely heavy, and can only be properly displayed in some massive houses because none of this can work in a small apartment. I'm not sure how Danish designers and what kind of houses they were thinking about when they were designing the systems because they are absolutely massive. So now you are able to control your Beogram through your Beomaster. So if your record is already placed on the platter, unfortunately nobody designed a system that can place the record on your platter unless we're talking about automatic record changes, and Beograms didn't do that. At least the later ones. And you can control this with the ultrasonic remote control. You can actually start the record. You can lift the stylus to pause it and move it back onto the record. You can stop the record from being played. You can switch to different presets and make the Beomaster either louder or less loud, softer if you want. So this is the possible setups that you had in the late 70s for your Beogram 4000. So in the end, what will I do? How I will set up my 4002? I think since this is such a beautiful machine and it's such a beautiful, beautiful shape, it's going to go into my formal living room, and it's going to become a part of the Beocenter 9300. So 9300 right now is hooked up to 2 Penta speakers, and it will be hooked up to my 4002. Thank you, everybody. I hope you like my video. Please like and subscribe, and I will bring more content in the future. All of the equipment that you saw in today's videos, we will be talking about it in detail. We're going to do user manuals for all of this equipment, and some of the equipment is not fully functional, and we'll be attempting to fix it or break it even more, depending on how it goes. But we are hoping to make everything that I have functional at the end of this channel. But there's always more to buy, there's always more to acquire. So this is an interesting hobby, very time consuming, very tedious, but I think the results are beautiful. I think the looks of those systems are so gorgeous, it brings me pleasure, and I hope it brings you pleasure also to view the systems and maybe a little bit to watch my videos. Thank you. Bye.
Audio Fidelity Records, producers of Stereo Disc, the world's first compatible stereophonic high-fidelity record, presents a study in stereophonic sound. In conventional recording, you hear a combined sound from a single speaker. But now, with a wonderful new miracle of stereo, 2 sounds originate simultaneously from a single group, and each sound is fed to a separate speaker. Now just listen.